When the colonists got here about 400 years ago, too, it didn't take them long to find this area. They stumbled in Jamestown first, but 9 days later they were poking around up here, too, looking for trading posts, looking for places to set up, places to dock their ships when they want to push farther inland. And so that's where the 1611 city of Mines, or Chesterfield and Rhinecliff wrote out of. So, though it didn't take long for the colonists to become attracted to this area either, for the same reasons that the Native Americans were here, because of the abundant fishing, because of the abundant hunting, and all these resources that they could take advantage of. But what the Europeans did is they pushed it a little bit farther than the Native Americans did. They also recognized that this swift-moving water, the part that makes the James River so diverse is its swift-moving, shallow water, that they realized that that area is also a good source of power. And so what they did is they started damming up the river, and they started shunting water away from the river over to power plants and over to mills and over to factories to turn their wheels, to turn their grist mills, to turn their sawmills, to turn their flour mills. And when they started doing that, when they started damming up the river and making it deep and making it shallow and making it cold, they were started taking away all the features that made it such a wonderful, diverse habitat. Because here the James River is warm, it's shallow, and it's fast, it's highly oxygenated. But when they started damming it up to send water to the mills, that's when things started to go south. And so the water became darker and slower and deeper, and behind all the dams, all the sediment and all the silt that the James River naturally carries, it started piling up behind those dams, and it started filling up those deep pools behind the dams. So the rocks became covered with sediment, and that clogged up all the little niches where the bugs like to live. And when the bugs started going away, the fish started going away. And the James River has a 10,000 square mile watershed. Does anybody know what a watershed is? Everybody know what a watershed is? It's that area of land where all the water goes to a central place. The James River's watershed is 10,000 miles, so naturally it carries a lot of sediment and a lot of silt anyway. But when it started getting to all the dams in the Richmond area, it just dropped off. It had nowhere to go. It couldn't get past Richmond, and it started blanketing the bottom of the river. And so when that happened, like I said, the insects went away, the fish went away, and this diversity that first attracted people to the area started to go away. And this started happening way back in the 1700s, in the early 1800s. So pollution and abusing the river is not necessarily a modern phenomenon. It's been going on for hundreds of years, but it did continue to get worse in the early 20th century, early 19th century, because as the population here began to grow and people stopped depending on their backyard privies, the early sewer systems, in most cases, were a straight pipe down to the river. So now not only do you have the water getting deep and slow and cold and choked with sediment, but you have raw sewage being piped directly to it.